Welcome to episode 25 of Liquid Velvet Literature. A lot of nice people. Welcome to episode 25 of Liquid Velvet Literature here on Prose Radio. We began today with a quote by Butthole Surfers, one of the Lone Star State's finest. Them, DRI, it goes on and on. I love Texas. I haven't lived there since around the early 2000s, but I have nothing but good memories of Austin, of Dallas. I have family in the Panhandle. It was such a freedom at that time living there. I'm not sure how it is now, but there was a freedom there. Austin was just sexy. It was every connotation of that word. It was a sexy place to live, and it was fun. Everybody laughed all the time. Strangers were family. And I remember my fondest memory, one of them, I guess I should say, from that time was my buddy and I. We were driving in this really this shitty car, a truck, and it was always dying on us. And we were going to up north from Austin to see his family. And I remember we were talking about life, just, women, relationships, on and on and on, art, great painter. And we were driving, and him, not me, I can't paint to save my ass. I'm a writer, but sometimes I can't even write. But we were driving, and he lit a cigarette, and he looked at me, and Sex Pistols' Submission was playing. And he lit up a cigarette, and he looked over to Stewart, and gazed back to the road, and really comical guy. It was a cross between Gilligan and Jim Morrison. And he stared down the freeway, and he goes, "Stewart, I've never walked into a strip club and seen a woman dance into this song, but if I ever do, I'm going to marry that woman." And I just stared ahead, and I thought, that is the most Texas fucking thing I've ever heard. And memories like that bring me back to Butthole Surfers, to DRI, and also they're from San Antonio. The Butthole Surfers are. And there's something in the water in San Antonio. This good shit comes out of San Antonio. So anyway, I digress. I need more coffee. And let's read some poetry. 2 by request, 2 randoms. And the first one is by jeffmach in Poetry and Free Verses from our monthly poetry challenge for April. And it's called Tonight I Could Write, Oh Dammit. Tonight I could write you the saddest. What's that? I'm supposed to be writing the longest, not saddest. And that's a clear steal from Pablo Neruda. It's a fair cop, Gov. I'll take it. If a picture's worth 1,000 words, then I can draw a real quick picture of you and sneak it on in and get my 1,000 words. Hey, whose side are you on, anyway? Maybe you don't deserve a longer poem. Maybe the guy writing thing doesn't. Maybe the words don't want to be written, and maybe this pun ain't got what it takes to hammer 'em on the page and keep 'em there, sullen-like, so they can stand up, or in this case, mark up and be counted. That's right. This is the poem itself. I'm taking over, and I don't care about your $10. The end. And to quote one of my favorite movie villains, the long-haired, the hippie, industrial, pained hippie in The Crow, I like your spirit, son. This is cool. I like this piece. And jeffmach, I'm gonna, side note, deep dive into jeffmach's profile. I like this writer already, so that's good. Let's see, The Grinch's Heart and so on. Jeffmach just made my morning. All right, this is Bunny in Stream of Consciousness. I need some coffee. Oh, yeah. Okay. And this is called Glowing and Growing New Sprouts at Night. Another odd-shaped seedling pushing out of barren earth. A sprawling landscape radiates with brilliance like autumn leaves catching fire during periods of magnetic stillness. In a burst of color, the mind takes a pleasant zigzag. I watch the corners of the papers buckle, my pipes burst, a whistle blows, and the empty urn in which my previous fertile thought once fumed becomes cadaverous with age. Tonight I'll stumble over ashes of an anonymous love affair by moonlight. The scraggly perplexity of moss has drawn me here, on knees and dirty palms, to lose my full deck of supposed superiority. These same blasted pieces of enchantment will revive me once again. Another odd-shaped seedling pushing out of barren earth. I choose my worth under the microscope of time and my most imminent declining age. Come join me in this opaque drawing room of jelly jams and pinstriped preserves. At night, the standoff of the soul takes intermissions, and I stumble into blessings without bridle by setback. Bunny Vulaire. That was beautiful. Man, that I loved. There are so many good lines in this that I'm not even going to go over them, and then our love says, I love the scraggly perplexity of moss has drawn me here on knees and dirty. Yeah, much obliged. Gotta love our love. He's a good writer. I need to feature him again. Okay, and this one's going to be German Potato Salad by Schatz. And this was requested, and I'm reading these cold, by the way, so I read jeffmach's and commented, but I didn't read it. I read it in my mind. Whatever. Okay. The grandfather on my mother's side was a cheapskate, a real cheapskate. One Christmas, he gave me a used paperback book, something like Jimmy Plays Baseball. It was written for a 7-year-old child, and I was considerably older than that. Still had 5 cents written in pencil on the first page. No shit. Asked he, You ever read that one? Said I, No, Granddad, can't say I have, thank you. Merry Christmas. I hated going to visit them. In the row house in Baltimore City where my mother grew up. Balmer, Maryland, how you doing, hon? Me and my sister sitting on the wood floor in the living room, positioned dead-eyed to the manager on the mantle, given board games to occupy our time. My father loved talking to him, Leo Groninger, because he was brilliant, and he knew everything about everything, a sedentary encyclopedia on the spectrum. His second wife sitting dutifully next to him on the couch, my mother sitting in a chair, the only one left in the living room. Maybe you kids would like to play checkers or parcheesi. Maybe you'd like to go fuck yourself. But he had one saving grace, his German potato salad, the real thing, made with ham fat, 5 pounds of ham fat, or bacon, if you don't have any ham fat. God damn, that shit was good. That was awesome. That was awesome. And this one is, okay, it's just no challenge. It's just a freestanding post. I like that. And this says, inspired, if you ate a proper German crumb cake, by Glenn Withaway. I have to look at Glenn Withaway. With a Y. I really like this language used. Makes me feel like I can picture the house and the people in it. Even though it's not overwhelmingly descriptive in the detail, your grandfather sounds like he could have been similar to mine. Yeah, mine too, or my dad, I should say. From what I remember of him, really smart, lots of stories. Well, wait, I take that back now. And he made a great Yule log that is packed cookies. That is a pack of cookies with whipped cream in between each one, refrigerated. Yeah, this is cool. Let's look at Glenn with the Y, because with the Y not. Oh yeah. Like, I really think that's funny. So this is that. This stems from that. Interesting. Oh, he's new to prose. Well. Okay, I just saw this line, so I'm going to like this. Let's read this. Why not? Let's go off course. Because the last piece, is the last one requested, and I really like the last one too. Okay. I'm gonna follow you, Glenn. Okay. If you ate a proper German crumb cake, so this German potato, all things German, I don't know, it's just I think it's funny. I'm gonna massacre these pronunciations, but just bear with me. And I think, to be honest, I think most of the cake is crumbs because that's what tastes good, laughter. And there's also a reference in the recipe to double the crumbs because it's better that way. Very little cake, lots of crumbs, delicious. On the family's recipe for Streuselkuchen. I don't know. Interesting. Streuselkuchen. Well, if you ate a proper German crumb cake, you would drown in crumbs. You would breathe in dry, sweet cinnamon, asphyxiate in sugary dust. Taste 100 years of family, of fondness, of love. The rest of the cake, forgotten, buried deep underneath the fragments of glittering silver bronze. Another memory gone to bed, another word yet gone unsaid. Stuck in the back of the throat, since swallowed, and washed down with ice-cold water. Then, finally break for air, again. Welcome to prose, yeah. Well, exactly what Schatz said. There we go. I'm gonna spotlight that. Okay. A little bonus there. I like those surprises. Glenn with the Y. Okay. And we're gonna wrap today with our other requested read by BeulaDaisle. No surprise. She's been requested a lot since she joined. And this is called Ghost of Word. Okay. All right. Come on, coffee. There we go. Okay. The reader stops believing, all rendered by the same hand that devastates and subdues. Triumphant and trivial, bent to the keys, all hell in her eye, she writes this. Just give me one good window, bare bulb, no blind or shade, just a starved little kid burning out, the old roaches stuffing their guts with history. To the streets, men on the blocks, boys to the gutter. I stand reflected in the mirrored sheets of rain. My art falls on the paper, red like the devil and his skin. Lines people spoke but never heard of. I am an everyday word in an everyday world, mistaking magic, caught in the jaws of light on stage behind bar stools and secret destroyers. Set to confuse the dreamless sleep, pregnant with headlights in only a sweater, flirting with rivers, I run with a saint, yes, tired, along the banks, roofs, music note wires. The opposite of enlightenment is an envied edge and weightless drop in the emergency of brilliance. The truth is the memory, the indecisions, snap my fingers sharp and starve an echo. Vanished in the ecstasy boutiques of faceless hopes stuffed inside pockets. I spy the world in tongues found dismembered at the base of Babel's tower, unshaved, uncooked, placed in a pot, terrified. I am just an empty ghost convincing you how time does not exist. As you read this in my future, your present is written in my past. Fuck yes, and this is a Schatz saying, man, you come up with the greatest phrases. At BeulaDaisle, bent to the keys, all hell in her eye, stuffing their guts with history. Damn, damn, ooh la. I shouldn't read comments cold. I sound like a complete idiot. Well, when don't I? And this is her response. Thank you. Yeah, that's a great piece. Ghost of Word. Huh. Okay. I really had fun today. Hope you guys like these. And thanks to all you beautiful brains. And that's going to wrap today. Thank you for being here, and thank you again to the 4 talents featured on the show today. What a great set of 4 for number 25. And before I get out of here, I'm going to say it again. If you like to read or write, go to thepros.com. Read, write, inspire, be inspired. Again, the world needs your work now more than ever. And it's a good time. I think people are hungry for the truth. So let's give it to them. And I will see you in a new video, and take good care.